Hey, I'm right back with another video. It's like 7:43 p.m. Thursday evening, and I'm sitting back and just, I was making some recordings, and I thought, sometimes I just record myself talking, which is really weird, but I do that for my own reference. It's actually good mental therapy, but anyway, so this morning I woke up, but I was watching this show, Mary Kills People, and there was a character on the show that, for whatever reason, made me think of Boy George. I think the reason why the character made me think of Boy George is because he was gay, and he had eyeliner, and he also, in this particular show, this guy was wearing like a small, like, I don't know, 5 o'clock shadow type beard, I guess. Anyway, but anyway, I kept thinking, he kind of looks like Boy George now. And so I started thinking about Boy George. He was just like subconscious. It was just like rolling around. I didn't think much of it when I was watching the show, but then I woke up in the morning and I thought, oh my gosh, Boy George. And that was one character that I have to say that I kind of thought was really cool. Now, I know he was kind of poppy and whatever, but I thought he was really cool in a way. I mean, like, I think a lot of teenagers did, because even though if I was a guy, I could not myself be that way. But in a way, I can understand that. I mean, women are cool, and we have cool things. And I could understand somebody's curiosity, and sometimes because it kind of warps into what, I guess, created Boy George, I guess. But anyway, I was thinking about that, and I kept thinking, just because I'm not like Boy George doesn't mean that I wouldn't find him extremely enjoyable to associate with. Like, someone I could just talk to. He's very colorful, obviously, and I just like how he expresses himself, and how it just takes a strong person to be that way, and I think in the beginning people like him were like, I don't know, well, obviously they were kind of ridiculed a lot, and I'm sure even to this day, even as more common as I've seen this stuff, um, they still are, but still, I mean, when you think about, I look at him like a pioneer of doing this sort of stuff, but aside from that, I can't say that I'm all into that movement or anything, but I will say that there's something very likable about Boy George. There just is. So I thought, maybe I'll kick back and listen to some of that music, this weekend, because I remember getting an album, not an album, it was a cassette back then, back in the day, a cassette of his, and I really loved it, and I remember listening to it all the time, and he was so cool to me. Anyway, so I decided I'd listen to some of that this evening, and then hopefully try to get some sleep. I just watched a crap load of videos about, Hollywood celebrities that are making MK Ultra mind controlled. It's fascinating information, Anyway, so I watched like a few hours of that. I'm doing things to pass my time away, okay? And it can get pretty damn dull. But, right now I'm just kind of mellow and just kind of thinking about all the stuff that just kind of was going on for the last years. Anyway, I want to add emphasize the S at the end of that. Years. Okay, that's a very long period of time. But anyway, maybe the whole idea of me thinking about Boy George today was actually a good sign. Meaning that, yes, I'm pissed off about this issue. All about, though it happened and everything. But at least I was thinking about something different. It was a pleasant thought throughout the day, And I'm not necessarily associating it with, like, my teenage years specifically. It's just that I think I'm interested in people, And people like Boy George would be really cool. I could sit here and spend hours talking to someone like that. Why? Because they just seem like they never run out of conversation. I've noticed this with a lot of gay men. They never run out of conversation. I've always enjoyed talking to them. And I'm not trying to generalize. I'm sure there's boring ones too, okay? But something about Boy George, I do like that guy. Anyway, so, kicking back and hopefully getting some sleep. And I hopefully won't wear myself out on the whole Boy George thing, and maybe I'll have something to listen to this weekend. You know, maybe I'll listen to some more of his albums this weekend. Who knows? But at least I'm not constantly dwelling on this issue, which might, you know, if I recover from most of this trauma, if I heal somehow and make myself better, you know, if somehow I overcome all my trials and tribulations, I will say, you know, it was Boy George. I was just kidding. I would credit that to him. But I think, you know, this whole thought, not thinking about gang stalking and my family betrayals and being scapegoated and blah, 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 blah. At least I could think, you know, hey, I'm thinking about Boy George, which is different, you know. It's a change, you know, it really is. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. Just wanted to share that, you know, just kind of talk about what was going on in my mind today. You know, I kept thinking, when I was doing my recording, I kept thinking I was talking, and I was like, you know, I'm not making any real sense. You know, I need to just, I don't know, maybe something about making a video is a little bit better for me. I don't know, but I am. I'm not saying I'm better now. Like, I'm, like, all healed and 100% over this, because I don't think I'm ever going to get over it. I mean, it has shaped a lot of my views on things. It has. It really has. I mean, I see people in a completely different light. Like, I look at everybody as just goddamn fucking evil. Period. You know what I mean? Can't help it. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. So people have to earn my trust, you know, now more than ever, because I can't deal with that kind of weird shit that was going on for the last 2 years. Can't deal with it. So, you know, in that way I have, you know, and that's going to be with me for the rest of my life. You know, and really, I think it's wise to be that way. I mean, be very discriminating about, not discriminating like how these assholes discriminated against me, but I'm talking about, you know, size up a person based on their character and the actions that they do towards you, you know, and that's basically what I'm saying. So, anyway, so, yeah, I guess Boy George is an omen of good news or good tidings or whatever, I don't know, but for a day, just for a few hours, and yes, I did think about it, I did, you know, I was mumbling some bullshit in my kitchen a few hours ago about it, you know, because every once in a while, I'll throw out that fucking bitch, or that whatever, I mean, I start, like, you know, mumbling to myself on occasion, you know, it does happen, you know, but, you know, I'm getting out of that mode of thinking. At least today I am, okay? Now tomorrow I might be raging mad and steaming or whatever, but this Boy George thing is an escape for me, you know? It's an escape, which I felt like I really needed. So anyway, wrapping up this video, have a wonderful day.